Okay, if you are seeing this, you are either putting yourself in a timeout or you're putting someone else in a timeout, because what they're showing me is like a little timeout corner, with a chair, no dunce cap or anything like that, nothing to humiliate someone with. But I feel like you're just reflecting on how you want to handle either the next steps for yourself or, with this person. Like, do you still want to keep them in your life, or, do you want to kind of part ways? Um, yeah, they're also showing me a deer, like a doe. I don't know. For me, that reminds me of like purity, innocence. I don't know where's that? Okay, where are you going with this? Purity and innocence. Well, let me look up what a doe represents, but that's what I think. Okay, that's what's coming through for me. That's what I feel. Doe symbolism: gentleness, innocence, purity, and nurturing. A connection to nature's cycles of life, death, and rebirth. So this could mean, I think of cycles and rebirth, and I think of, like the meaning behind the death card. One thing ends so that another thing can begin, and I think that lines up with reflecting on where you want to go with a certain relationship. If this person still fits in your life, or if this activity, event, something like that still fits in your life. I'm getting a little bit of neck soreness. Your neck might be sore. If that is, it's like confirmation if you were just thinking about that. Because that's not me. Okay. But, oh, I'm getting pain in the neck. This person might feel, or like some of their actions, I don't want to call them a pain in the neck, but some of their actions or some of the things they do might just impact your own life or your own environment negatively, and you're kind of like, oh, this, it's like a pain in the neck to keep around. Maybe that's it. But either way, you're reflecting and you're making decisions. As always, I will tell you to tap in. They're showing me a doll. Maybe this person is just really naive, or just they're not aware of what they do. There are people like that. They're kind of just like always floating. And they don't really have an understanding of the impact of their actions or even their words on other people. So it might be that. In that case, I would say have a conversation with them, like let them know. I'm not saying that it's going to make a difference, because I am seeing something like go over another person's head. So I feel like it is very possible that they won't understand it. They won't, because they are not as impacted by, oh, ding, they won't understand it. So because they're not someone who is easily impacted by someone else's actions, again, that's weird. Someone else's actions or someone else's words, they might not understand how it is that their own words can affect you. Yeah, people like that do exist. We're all so different personalities, okay? So, but it doesn't hurt to have that conversation. And once you have the conversation, you have a better understanding of where they are. I want to say mentally, and even like emotional IQ is coming out too. So, yeah, once you have that conversation, you'll have a better understanding of whether or not this is intentional or if this is just how they are. And still, even if it's, unintentional, it can still feel like a pain in the neck to you. It can still feel like a nuisance. So maybe you're going to decide to separate yourself a little bit, kind of like take a break from them, okay? Let's see what the cards want to say. I'm just going to give this another shuffle. This isn't a deck I use that often, but I just felt like using it today. So let's see. All right, can you tell me about this pain in the neck? Or about the situation and how they're reflecting on it? Oh, that almost came out, but it went right back in. evaluate. They're showing me like this typically happens at work where they evaluate your skills and your abilities. That kind of feels harsh to evaluate someone's hmm, I don't even want to say it. All right. So it's like you're going to have to evaluate the pros and cons of keeping this person in your life, okay? I don't like that. That feels that, like I said, that feels harsh. It's a harsh way to look at things, but okay. This isn't about me. All right. Okay, so we got a couple of cards. Let's see what fell out. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords. Oh my goodness, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so whether they know it or not, this is and let me show you the cards. This is from the, what is that deck called again? Tarot of the Divine, okay? All right, so this really, it does have a negative impact on you, okay? Um, they're bringing me to this one in the center, but to this guy who's crying. This is the story of, oh, what was that? Well, I don't remember the characters' names, but in Greek mythology. It is the, maybe I'll just hold on, just look it up. So it's the one where there was a prophecy that was given to the father, and so the father gave up the baby so that the prophecy would not come true. Okay, it was a little like this, an incestuous undertone there. So just look that up, okay? I don't want to say too much on here because I don't know what's going to get me flagged, but yeah, it's a story from Greek mythology. And actually, because the father gave up the baby to keep the prophecy from coming true, unbeknownst to him, he actually helped the prophecy come true. Like this was just something that was going to happen. It's not something you can control. But so I feel like this is what that person says and does. They can't control it. Like I said, they're just really not aware that their behavior can negatively impact someone. Um, and Nine of Wands here, it feels like you've been through a lot with this person. And look, her house is on fire. So this might be like other relationships are impacted, like within your home life or within, your close friends circle. I don't know if it's that this person doesn't care, they just don't know. Okay. I really don't get like malice from this other energy. I don't. But even still, you reach a certain age, you have to be self-aware. So yeah, they do have a responsibility to understand, to learn, and to do better, right? But you can't force that on anyone. And this is just like, it's led to so much pain. And you felt betrayed. Because look, there's that person, has no idea what she's going through, just over there. And she's suffering here. Um, so yeah, again, I'm telling you, I feel like it's just that this person is just oblivious. Okay? Have that conversation and then decide what you want to do. They did show me evaluate the pros and cons. This might be a really close friendship or someone that you consider like a family friend kind of thing, or just like best friends since childhood. And, now you're growing. You've evolved. You've taken the time to learn about how your behavior impacts others, and just, you've made an earnest effort to do better and to be better in life. It's not just career, just all around. I see someone, it's like but I see someone doing this in terms of their life. But just to give you a better example, what is this? Like when teams go through their, not the playbook, but like they rewatch their games to kind of see where they went wrong and how they can improve. I see someone sitting in front of the TV rewinding and going back to how they behaved in a previous incident and like taking notes and learning and trying to do better. That's what I see. So it's like, yeah, just rewatching and making every effort to not just correct it, but to make sure that in the next cycle of your life that you're not repeating these mistakes, right? You really do want to learn from the past, but not the person that we're talking about who you're putting in timeout. They are not reflecting. They have not reflected. They don't want to reflect. It's just they're not. They could just be a really young, maybe, I don't know if young soul is the right word, but just that emotional intelligence isn't there. It doesn't mean that they're not an intelligent person. They might be highly successful, but emotionally, that emotional IQ is pretty low. They don't understand. They don't care to understand, okay? They might dismiss you. Just heads up when you have that conversation, but if it happens, then you'll know. You'll know exactly what to do, okay? Mm, yeah, that's sad, but I do think we go through this in life as we grow and evolve. People start to fall away in our lives. Okay. All right. Can we give them something positive? Because this is kind of harsh. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. This fell on the Three of Swords. Oh God. Okay, guys. Toxic. So this person is a toxic person in your life. Okay. All right, Spirit's never wrong. They're showing me that pros and cons list, and I might feel like it's harsh, but listen, they are saying really weigh the benefits to the negatives. Okay, it's important for you to take this out because this will, even if you think they're not impacting you, they can, and that can impact your. Look at how much pain she's in. Her house is on fire. Look at how distraught this father is, and the mother, even, right? Because of what the in this case the oracle, but what she's saying. So yeah, all right, guys. I asked for something good and this is what they gave me. I think that is what's going to be good. Cutting this person out of your life is going to open up, not open up doors, but it's going to, I see cobwebs being like dusted out, like it's going to cleanse your energy. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay. You know what? Let me read toxic from this. We all experience this, don't? It's not just you. Okay. Toxic. This card comes as a warning and is the most negative card in the deck. It shows that you have some toxic energy around you and in your life. It could signify what? It could signify a karmic lesson, situation, contract, or bond. Either way, the card urges you to release. Okay, so that's the guidance, guys, okay? I think it's pretty clear. These are the only cards that fell out. Okay, so you were right to put them in timeout. You were right to, always follow your gut. Ding, you were right to, okay? Follow your gut, follow your heart. And it might be painful to cut this person out of your life. Okay, you might feel like you're self-inflicting wounds, but you have to. Hmm. I see the feathers. Whenever I see like just the feathers falling away, this is because she's cutting. But what I want to say, like cutting her wings. But I want to say that the angels are with you, okay? Because whenever I see feathers, especially white feathers, that's what I think of. Um, that's what it is for me, okay? Always tap in, always ask your guides, your team of light for guidance. Um, it really, I'm not going to lie to you, it is probably going to be a painful bond to separate yourself from, but in the end, you're going to be much better for it. All right. And you might get some pushback because this person might feel like, well, why, just because I made a mistake or just because I said this or just because I did that doesn't mean that we can't still be friends doesn't mean that, whatever, yada, yada, yada. They might not be someone who's ready for that change, but you are, based on these cards, you are ready. You're done. You're over it. It's enough already. Because I also see, look at her face, and she feels there's a little bit of sadness, but I see more anger. Like when you've reached your boiling point, that tipping point. It's just like, okay, enough is enough. I've had it up to here is what I'm seeing. Someone going like this. I have had it up to here. Enough, done. And when you feel like that, yeah, I think that is just your soul telling you evaluate those pros and cons, okay? I don't want to keep repeating myself, so just know that the angels are with you. Your team of light is always with you. They will guide you, they will help you. And sometimes that is the best way to move forward, okay? All right, so I'm sorry. Oh, I don't even want to say I hope this resonates, but if this resonates, let me know. And I hope you are able to come to a solution um, easily, and that you're able, if you need to cut cords, that you're able to do so, like seamlessly. I'm seeing like a really sharp, nice knife cutting through something, okay? I hope that is the case for you. But yeah, definitely cleanse that toxic energy out of your life, okay? All right, I will see you in the next video. Whenever you see this, I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.